Check 1 2, check 1 2. Aloha, ladies and gents. Hopefully you can see me, you can hear me. Hopefully you can't smell me because unfortunately it's a little bit a mess in the back of my trunk. You can see it, the transport box of my dog is existing because outside it's a little bit rainy off the car, so I need to keep it inside the car. However, welcome back to another episode of Insights Time. No, of Crunch Time actually. Insights Time was a few days ago. The monthly investment portfolio update of my personal financial situation. This time it's about Crunch Time. It's about HIMS and HERS. All eyes on HIMS and HERS. My name is Julian. Welcome to have you in again here to another episode of A Sense of Capital, my YouTube channel. And yeah, glad to have you back. So, guys, it's the 6th of November 2023. Q3 earnings are right before us. We are right ahead. And I'm ready for giving you the latest and hottest information about this stuff, what is going on over here. So, honestly, guys, this time it's different. I can tell you already now because I'm quite convinced by this stock, yeah. Last time I was like, maybe they will succeed or not or whatever. This time for me it's different. I'm very convinced, high level of convincement in this regard. But however, guys, let's maybe just jump right into a few information about the stock because it's already quite late, 5 minutes before 10 p.m. I guess, CET at least. So depending on where you are located globally, it's different. I guess the numbers will be released roughly in 10 minutes. So we are on time. Regularly, I'm quite late always. This time I'm quite on time. So that's the first earnings stream for this quarter. Very likely there will follow 3 more regarding Nubank, regarding StoneCo or Stonia, and the third one or the fourth one overall will be Indie this week's Friday, very likely, but there's no guarantee. And honestly, just a quick disclaimer, there's as well no guarantee for any correctness of the given data in the following minutes. And of course, this is no financial advice or consultation or whatsoever. It's just my personal opinion, my experience, entertainment reason. So make sure you do your own due diligence, and it's your own money, of course, and taken care of by yourself. However, guys, maybe we jump into the website of HIMS and HERS quickly for those who are joining the first time and are not so familiar with the company HIMS and HERS itself and what is this company providing. Quick sip of my bottle, will not be the last time for today. So basically, I hope you can see my screen. Let me check this quickly. Yeah, looks good. HIMS and HERS is a healthcare service and product provider. So it's basically a combination out of a pharmacy, a retail pharmacy, and as well of a doctor shop, yeah, who providing prescriptions. And then you go to the pharmacy and you get your goods, your medicine, pharmaceuticals, whatsoever. And there are 2 pages basically. You can see here it's separated in the for HERS category, for medicaments for HERS for the females, and for HIMS. Let me check out this as well for you in a moment. But you can see here different categories are provided for medicaments for anxiety, depression, hair, and even more stuff. Yeah. So I guess anxiety is in the HERS category, the driver for success. And the hair products, as far as I know, are quite popular as well. And when we go to the HIMS page, the main differentiator is here the ED, so the erectile dysfunction products, which is a quite strong product line. Some critical voices out there communicate, HIMS and HERS is not more, not less than actually ED solutions, which are maybe a little bit customized because there are, what you can see here already in the screen, products which are called hard mints and which are basically flavored with a peppermint taste. You can just get out the box and drop it like really like a chewing gum, basically very convenient. And but for sure, in my opinion, HIMS and HERS is way more than just ED solutions, just more than hair loss products. And honestly, HIMS proved this today, or at least tried to prove it. They just announced during this day a new service which is called MedMatch, as you can see here. And basically, you can check out later on the news in more detail by your own if you like. But they really ringing the bell to the next generation of intelligent diagnostic service, as you can see here stated in the title of this news and or the headline. And basically, it's about making sure that the diagnostic services and even the products which result out of of an accurate diagnostic are even more individualized, even more customized in the past than in the past. Their CEO and co-founder already in the past stated at a lot of earnings calls that the path to more customization and individualization and therefore differentiation to regular retail businesses, wholesalers, product providers, and vendors in the sector um, in this industrial business. This will be even more shaved out somehow, and then higher focus will get set on it. And as you can see here, they put their money where the mouth is, and they just launched the beta stage of this MedMatch, and starting with a pilot trail period, basically focused on the mental health product portfolio. Guys, I'm not too deep into this. We will see how this will work out, run out. Basically, they just mentioned that depending on how it will work out, and they're using basically the data that, which they collected in the past years of their existence, and making research based on anonymous data and providing even more accurate solutions and services and products. And depending on how it is working out, they want to launch it and roll it out on even further product lines and services. So we will see. For me, there are only basically two, let's say, three scenarios why this is the case, why they launched it today. So the first one is basically, yeah, the numbers are so bad and they try to cover it with this kinds of news event. Yeah, could be an option, but in my opinion, I think I would not like to work on a big release like MedMatch if it's for them an important release. And honestly, they are not releasing each day or each week some new stuff like this. So I guess this is a big hit for them. Later, the earnings call will give more color to this topic. So I guess more the second option is more realistic in my opinion, and I hope I'm at the same time not too optimistic. And I think the chance is that the results will already very quite positive. We felt quite positive today, and with MedMatch they even try to create a stronger momentum and accelerate the overall development, and making sure to really create strong fundamentals and tailwinds, and making sure that it's not just good numbers like 3 months ago, where they released as well quite good numbers, even if the revenue guidance was not the best, honestly. However, the results have been great, yeah, and the guidance was all right, was in line, was not absolutely negative, but the course the prices of the stock dropped quite heavily. So I guess in this case they want to really make sure to create this momentum, and yeah, and give it a very positive tendency and development for the future till the next quarter results. We will see. For the EPS section, we will come back in a minute to it. It's very important for this company because they already guided years ago, months ago, quarters ago, that this year, until this year, they want to be neutral, EPS neutral or EP neutral, earnings neutral. And maybe we will see it already today. I guess very likely the next quarter, hopefully we'll not miss something too strongly, but I'm very positive and optimistic, as I mentioned. Guys, maybe I share my screen quickly and I will show you some more some topics which are crucial for me today, as we speak for today. So what is relevant for today's call? So in my opinion, it's in general, like at every earnings call, the revenue and the earnings development. no question about this. But in this scenario and on the short term, or maybe I should, it's not ignored. Next time I will a little bit work on the details here on the design. However, so the correction software is working. That's the reason why it's red marked. Don't worry, it's not incorrect in terms of the content what I'm stating here. However, as you can see, on the short term, there's a big target, what I mentioned already a moment ago. 2023 profitability target is gap neutral. And this is something which is most crucial for the most investment guys out there. For me, I'm more focused on the turnover increasement. Of course, the debt level should be already in line from my perspective. It is very strong and in line. And let's say if we give a color greenish for HIMS and hers. However, a lot of investors taking care of the profitability and making sure that the turnaround happens and the break even takes place and they start to getting independent, creating free cash flow, etc. So this is something where we take another focus today of. And of course, the marketing flywheel will affect. That's basically separated in two aspects. One is an issue which they are a lot of, or challenge which they are a lot of times confronted with, and it's actually the marketing costs which they invest per customer, per subscriber, to achieve him, to have them and keep this subscriber, and making sure recurring revenue takes place. And we want to see that this marketing flywheel takes momentum, getting independently, and somehow the marketing costs or the marketing expenditure per subscriber gets decreased somehow. And at the same time, the income per subscriber should get increased. So those both aspects, marketing expenditure and income per subscriber, should or is increased in this wording, marketing flywheel effect, how I stated it here. And when we talk about the midterm, for sure, we need to make set focus on the rollout of new products and categories. I think that's not so important of today. In the past, they focused lately on ED solutions, what I already shared with you, and the browser. Then they rolled out even, let me share this as well for you guys, even further product categories, or as you can see, I hope it's working. Wait one moment. Always prepared at the best for you. I'm not sure if I can show it to you here, but they released some. Here's the hard minds I mentioned a few minutes ago, but they released a product category which is a combination of ED and heart health, basically. So as long as you take this ED solution and you make sure that your sex life and drive is a little bit more comfortable, at the same time, you taking care of your health and of your blood pressure. And this was something what was released lately, roughly 3 months ago. And now there are rumors, or even it was mentioned here and there from internal staff members, but don't nail me on this, honestly. So rumors are rumors, and this is no so reliable, verified confirmation. But maybe they are working as well on the fat loss business. You know that other players rolled out this, big pharmaceutical providers, vendors rolled out this business very heavily in the past months, and maybe there's a chance as well for HIMS and hers to catch a piece of the cake. Guys, let me quickly check for you if the new results are already live. No, not yet. Very lucky. You can see here in this column that only the Q2 earnings are released at the moment. So as soon as Q3 is stated here, it's getting serious. So it's just a matter of minutes. But definitely there's I'm happy that there is no how it's called. We will not be bored, or however, there will be enough entertainment till this period, because there are other points we need to discuss, as you can see here. So products and categories, we will not be the big aspect today. They already launched the Match service, which is a great achievement if it's working out like they already stated it superficially. About the details and how the consumers react and adopt to this, we will see. And sometimes you launch a good service, good product, and the market is not accepting it. Sometimes it's a worse product or bad product gets launched and it's getting accepted. This is how the world works, and we will see how this will run out. However, the fourth point we need to consider as well, not so important for today, is the manageable competitive situation. Here as well, let me share my screen for you and the browser, and you can see here Amazon Clinics. They launched or released in August or announced that the Amazon Clinic service, so their own medical digital pharmacy service and product providement, is getting launched even internationally wide. So before it was just a pilot stage about different states of the US. Now it's national wide accessible. Guys, I'm located in Europe. I'm located in Germany. So it's here as again 10 after 10 p.m. And the service is not available at the moment in Germany, and nobody knows about this kind of stuff more or less. Maybe it's a big thing for you. Uh, uh, I didn't experienced any impact still on the business of HIMS and Hers. Who knows if this will be the case, but this is definitely something what we need to take a certain eye on. Okay, the press release is already there. Honestly, I can't see the chat. And I would just say I finished quickly the PowerPoint sheet, and then we jump right into. So we're not that it's your fault that we are too late and you're missing now the numbers. So quickly, let me finish the PowerPoint slide. Basically, two other aspects on the future which we need to take care of is definitely that there should be not taking place any legal disputes or bans in terms of the service and products of HIMS and Hers. It's a somehow critical, difficult aspect. Digital doctor visits, yeah, and prescriptions and whatever, always connected to a certain level of risk. I think HIMS and Hers is quite safety orientated, and however, you never know what the future will bring. And the last point is definitely the regional expansion. They are already present in the UK, but we will see. Maybe they offer their services as well in Germany. I would be quite satisfied with it, even if the hustle of finding an appointment at the doctor shop and getting the prescriptions is not that difficult. It is difficult in Germany as well, but I guess it's not on the same level like in the US. However, okay, guys. So then, last but not least, let me quickly share my Excel. I prepared like last time something for you. So before we open now, in a moment, quick moment, guys. Please stay patient for just 1 minute more or two. The actual earnings sheet. I want to see today an EPS of maximum 0.2 US dollars per share. Yeah. So I want to keep the same difference when 1 year ago from the same quarter to the same quarter, which was 1 cent improvement. So last period, last quarter, it was minus 3 cents. This time I expect 2 cents. You can see 1 cent and 1 cent, same difference. And when we talk about the revenue, I always try to make sure that relatively okay, it can be a lower percentage year on year in terms of development, but the absolute number should be the same like 1 year ago. That's always my target. So you can see here Q2 to Q3 1 year ago, they increased the revenue by 31 million. And you can see it on the right side. I'm not sure if you can see my cursor actually. However, and I want to see that as well, even if they stated an expected revenue of 220 US dollars. I want to see something like 240 million US dollars. You know, it's a big beat. It's a big beat. I hope they somehow sent back last time when they announced the guidance. Okay, and the next guidance, I want to see 250 millions. So if we see minus 2 cents per share, 240 million US dollars revenue and 250 million guidance, I would be more than glad and happy, guys. But, but that's a very positive, perfectly shaped target. And who knows what will happen. Okay, let's jump right into the earnings result. I share my screen again. And now, guys, it's getting serious. Okay. Whew. Okay, 227. I mean, we will see if the plane will really take off, and I can tell you already now. For me, that's a beat of their guidance. Yeah, they guided, as I mentioned, 220 million roughly, and with 227 million US dollars, that's definitely a beat. But honestly, for me, not that strong. Yeah, not that strong. As I mentioned, I would like to see more something like in the higher 30s, so 238, 39, 240 million US dollars, but it's definitely not something very negative. And we can see here as well a net loss of 7.6 million US dollars. If I'm not mistaken, I think last quarter they reached something like 7.2 million US dollars net loss. So, of course, compared to a higher revenue, it's quite fine, but doesn't sound too well. Uh, Subscriber level 1.4 million million subscribers now, compared to last quarter 1.3 million, as I have in my mind as well. Something which is cool, which is fine, not too crazy, not too heavy, crushing anything. But guys, okay, let's say here. Okay, that's already a great sign. That's already a great sign. We will check in a moment the aftermarket prices, but this is a great tell or a tendency or indicator. So they're raising the overall total 2023 guidance to a range of 86 87 million US dollars roughly. Okay. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. But however, I want to go a little bit more into details, but before, and I prepared the Excel sheet as I showed you, I will share the aftermarket prices, as you can see here. Quite small, but I mark it for you. I hope it's get marked by the cursor when I stream it. Um, so it's in the plus for sure. And you can see already here, EPS is in line. So as I mentioned, I would like to see something like minus 0 point minus 2% EPS. That's definitely not covered. My expectation is not covered, and as well, even if the guidance officially is covered, uh, I think it's not that crazy covered and crushing something. Yeah, when you see and compare it to 1 year ago, they crushed it by roughly 15 million, the guidance, or even 2 quarters later, by 12 millions roughly, and just covering by 6 or 7 million. That's not too crazy. However, let's take a deeper look into the details of this earnings result and check the details and add or enter them into the Excel sheet, and making sure they figure out what is going on with the flight wheel. So as we already know, the EPS development, which is the number one aspect from my perspective, what I showed you in the PowerPoint slide deck, it is neutral but not very positive. Just my personal opinion. Yeah, maybe you have another opinion. I'm sharing this one. So what you can see here, AOV is the short term for average order value, and you can see it developed quite strongly with 20%, but you never know. For me, honestly, it's not important if the basket per order is that large, because honestly, it can be the case that a customer orders more times a smaller basket, or less times a larger basket of goods and services. Yeah, and for me, it's more important that the turnover or the value per subscriber increases, and that is what we check in a moment with our Excel sheet. Um, we can see here, the wholesale revenue increased quite heavily by 40%. So basically, these are the goods, not RX goods, not prescriptive goods, which are covered by uh, basically on-site pharmacies, for instance. So it's just basically OTC, over-the-counter products, and free choice products, not the products which needs prescription and doctor's visits, whatever. Um, Okay, let's go further below. I want to see the subscribers. Yeah, sounds good on the paper. Sounds good on the paper, but we already covered 1.3 million last quarter. Yeah, so I'm happy that 100,000 more is definitely a big hit, but and it's good that it's 1.4 million. Could be more, in my opinion. Could be more, honestly. Maybe I was too optimistic. So that is now the boomerang coming back, basically. Yeah, or my karma. Uh, However, guys, I would say it like this. I will now enter quickly into the sheet, in the prepared Excel sheet, the numbers. Doesn't take too much time. And then, as you can see here, I will do this simultaneously. I'm not the best multitasking guy and not the legend over here. But however, so it is 0.4 US dollars instead of 2 cents, what I expected. And the revenue as well is not that high, not in the higher 30s. It is about 200, what we got here, 226,700,000 US dollars. So let me enter this quickly as well. 6. All right, and the guidance for the next quarter, are they stating as well the raising? But what is the third financial, the outlook for the fourth quarter? As you can see here, let me check, change the screen quickly. So guys, here we are. Revenue is guided to 243 to 248 million. And honestly, in my opinion, that's great. That's great. That's quite high, because going back to the Excel sheet and what I expected, as you can see here, 250 million. And yeah, when we talk about 243, 248, so the mid of it, 245.5. Let me enter this as well here into the sheet. 0.5. That's okay. That's strong, because I mentioned, I stated here and entered here the expectations and my targets, which are set on a high bar, and still that they could reach 245 million as guidance, at least, or they stating it. And it's, I mean, it will be not too far away from the realistic scenario, because based on their past, they are quite reliable in their expectations, what they communicate. It looks quite well. And as you can see here, so last year, 1 year ago, they guided 31 US dollars more, and now only 25. It's fine. It's okay. I hope they really come here in a neutral stage, EPS. So this time it was still somehow a gap quarter. Yeah, and I think the investors out there don't take it too seriously. But I guess if it's still negative in the next quarter, it looks different, maybe, guys. It looks different. Yeah, so crossing my fingers that this next time we have here a black zero at least. Yeah, and going on with the next aspect, I hope you can see my screen, guys. Yeah, it looks good, I think. I prepared here the to see what is going on with the marketing flywheel. What is now the results? So let's check out what are the uh, the marketing expenditure for this period. Further below, here we are. So 116, let's see, 116. Let me enter this for you. Okay, I hope I'm not doing any mistake. I know next time I remember it, if I'm not mistaken. Next time I did big mistake and somehow the numbers have been crushed and completely a mess was created. So this time I'm making sure the numbers are more correct. And I'm entering as well the subscribers, which are now on a level of 1.426 million. 1.226. All right, guys, give me just quick moment. Okay, let's check this out. Sharing again my Excel sheet, and that will be more or less the final information for today. So as you can see here, again, revenue increased by roughly 9%, quarter after quarter, not year on year, 9%. Not too bad, not too great, in my opinion. Nothing what we should celebrate too heavily. The marketing, expenditure somehow increased quite parallelly on the same scale, and the subscribers increased a little bit more heavy. Yeah, and what is more important, the results out of it. So last quarter we had a revenue per subscriber of roughly 160 US dollars, and it's now 159 US dollars. Honestly, for me, not a good sign. I want to tell you the truth, yeah, and just share my inner thoughts, yeah. And even if I'm convinced, and this is my largest position here, yeah, with roughly 13,500 US dollars, my largest position in my portfolio, as you can see in my insights time video of last week. So I would love to see it differently, but in my opinion, that the revenue per subscriber even decreased by 1 US dollar is not a great sign. Yeah, it's not a great sign, just by personal opinion. Yeah, and I will keep the stock. Yeah, but however, my eyes and my ears and my senses overall, yeah, I will sharp them even more in making sure that I'm not missing any development which could have a negative impact on it, because this is something which should increase, especially in the periods in which inflation is taking place, and to have a decreasement of the revenue per subscriber is definitely something which is not so fantastic. Yeah, honestly. Okay, and to the next KPI, marketing per subscriber. As you can see here, this is at least something which is good. Yeah, this is something what I really want to celebrate, and opposite to the other KPI, because it's roughly $1 less. And again, and there we need to be honest as well, if there's inflation taking place and costs increase overall, staff member costs of the own department, of external services, agencies and consultation companies you're working with, to charge marketing at Google Ads or social media or whatever. Yeah, they are very active as well on, for instance, professional social networks like LinkedIn as well. Where I'm following, subscribe them. I can recommend you to do this as well for your other companies you holding shares. Yeah. However, so we need to be honest here as well. Inflation is taking place, and to decrease the marketing costs per subscriber, even if it's a low difference to the former amount, I'm quite happy to see this. That's for me a big sign. If this would be as well negative, even it would be only $1, it would count quite heavily. Still, I would be very convinced by the setup, by this company, by the products and services. I'm investing this for at least 2 or 3 years. Never take it for granted if some negative development takes place, and somehow we will see how the earnings will how will look like in the next 3 months. Yeah, and overall total earnings of 2023. We will see how everything will run out, so never fill off in a single stock, let's say it like this. Yeah, you know it, I know it, and it's our money, and we should yeah, we should take care of ourselves and of our money and of our health. Yeah, and basically HIMS and HERS is a combination of all these three aspects. Yeah, honestly, and we should make sure that we are always up to date and somehow are close to the stock we are own, in my opinion at least, and that's the reason why I own just a bunch of it, just 6 single stocks and some ETFs. And as I mentioned, HIMS is my largest position, and if there should be some trouble going on, some negative development, it should not change over periods of quarters, maybe I will sell it. But this is a bad word in this connection. I think the results are great. Overall, I'd say at least neutral. And I think, let's check again the stock price at the moment, um, if that's getting reflected as well from the market. Yeah, 6% plus. Guys, last time we had, I think, on average 10-15% plus. Yeah, so that's of course a positive tendency and positive sign. But we will see. These are just the after-hour markets and prices, and we will see how they will work out or run out when the opening bell rings tomorrow morning in the US region. Yeah, so it's getting even a little bit better. 7% right now, as we can see it. Maybe I should just keep my share, my screen shared over here, and we will end with 30% plus. But I don't think that will be the result. All right. Is there anything I missed to say today? I think not. So this was it from my side. I tried to work a little bit on, if you maybe you recognized it by my last insights time I work on, that I create more more compact content, and making sure you're not I'm wasting your time, because I think even no matter what kind of money you have, buying time is very likely not that easy, and therefore I don't want to waste yours. So I make sure that the insights time periods, video clips, and releases will be a little bit more compact, and making sure the earnings calls will be a little bit better prepared. Even this was a little bit as well a mess. However, I'm always a little bit late to the party, but at least I come, and Timsonhurst came as well. So to fetch it up again and summarize it up. So the revenue aspect in line, EPS could be definitely better in my position, honestly. They just covered the expectations, not even crossed it in a positive way. And the marketing flywheel is as well a mixed result. The revenue per subscriber decreased even in times of inflation, and which is not that great. But on the same time, in marketing perspective, the marketing costs per subscriber decreased, yeah, by $1, which is great, as again in times of inflation. So for me, honestly, this was not the quarter results or the earnings which gave me so much new information and feeling about it. And now I mean, the title of this call is honestly last call to wealth or health. And I'm not sure if that was the last call to wealth. Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next time. I hope at least it was definitely not the last call to get broken or whatever. I think it's a neutral call, and I cross my fingers and hope for even better dynamics in the next call. And yeah, just want to thank you very much for joining this call, joining the stream. Wait, guys, let me check maybe quickly if you commented it. Oh, so a lot of comments. Your voice is very low. Yeah, sorry, man. I can tell you, I try to work on my technical setup, but it's as well a mess, man. I invest all my money in the stocks I'm owning. I live in the car. No, just joking. I need to work on it. I have the same challenge I'm confronted with when I record my regular insights videos, and however, making sure that I create more content in the future for you, especially in the colder seasons. Winter is coming, so people will stay longer at home, have more time in front of screens or whatever, and I try to create content for you. As I mentioned, I try to make sure, even if I have my professional life and need to make sure that I cover my income and secure my income, that I will cover next Friday the stream, the earnings call of, or the earnings results of Indie Semiconductor. A very interesting, for me, high gamble company in the automotive semiconductor industry. And next week afterwards, we have earnings release of New Bank, crazy company. Check out new holding, what is going on with this company, and prepare yourself for the stream. And the week after, I think on the 20th of November, Stonia Stonko, point of sales and ERP service provider and product provider in Brazil as well, like Nubank. I will guide the earnings results. So I hope you check out as well the stream. I'm very happy that we are currently talking about 20 viewers. So this, honestly, I'm currently or 19 viewers, and that's exact the same number I currently have as subscribers of my YouTube channel. Yeah, so honestly, it's not a fault of you guys. I need to work on myself, making sure that I reach a higher level of audience, because then it's getting just simply more interesting for everyone involved, basically, and more communication taking place at the comment section of the videos. But however, it would be amazing if you just take a moment and subscribe to this YouTube channel, yeah, and like the video or comment it. I try to answer your questions. You can send me even a private message if you like. I even have an Instagram channel which looks like really like a mess. It's very quite ugly and muddy. However, you can follow me on Instagram as well, same name as my YouTube channel, and I would love that you follow me there. Check my other content. I will make sure create even more content in the future, and check out even the further details. I can see here Prince Butter mentioned in the comment section. 50 million buyback was announced, I guess. Let me check this as well. Maybe will not stop the oh, now I'm sharing my YouTube. That's not good. That's not good. The details. However, I'm not sure if there's some disclosure information displayed. However, let me check again for you if there's some buyback, or let me check this. Buyback. Just looking for the keyword of 50. Hopefully I guess that's not the best approach how I'm doing this. I think I need to read the text old school. Okay, let me check this quickly for you. If there's really some buyback going on. Or are you talking about 50 million buyback at Stone Co? Because actually they announced just lately last month 60 million US dollars buyback of their shares. I'm too dumb. I can't see it at the moment. Guys, however, it's time to go to bed for everyone, yeah? Or at least for me. I will just add the chapters for this stream. Again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you to each of you guys. I love you as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please stay patient. Greetings back from Germany as well, Matthias. Leipzig, I'm located in, currently on the field somewhere outside of nowhere. However, there's no noise going, nobody hitting at the window and asking what is going on here, what I'm doing, even if it very likely looks from the outside quite awkward what I'm doing here. However, subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and even if the content is not always top-notch, I try my best to overall improve. This is the same what I expect from the management and from the team of HIMS and HERS and of the stocks I'm owning, and I guess we are on a right path to satisfaction in terms of HIMS and HERS, even if, as I mentioned, the results are for me quite neutral or not that positive. Greetings to Namibia, guys. I was in South Africa, I think, last year or something like this, and 2 or 3 years ago. So Namibia, I think it's part-wise at least a little bit like Germany from the colonial times. I think there are some areas as well which are named like German villages or cities or whatever, but don't nail me as well on this. However, guys, see you at the next HIMS and HERS earnings call. Time to leave the stream, even if I like to interrogate with you, and I'm so surprised that more than 20 people are watching at the moment. Guys, take care of yourself, making sure that you do your own due diligence and check out where you invest your money. It's your money, your life, and you should be always quite accurate about how you invest, in my opinion. And I'm honestly strongly looking forward to see you next time. Soonest next Friday when we talk about Indie. Then again, new holdings the week after. Again, the week after, Stone Cold Stone from Brazil. And if you're just interested about HIMS and HERS, make sure to join again in 3 months. All the best. Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.